Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are in my new apartment, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, you only follow me or subscribe to me on YouTube, you're probably like, what the fuck? What happened? And here I am with a life update video. And if you guys are new here, hi, my name is Michaela. Don't forget to subscribe and hang out with us. I upload every single Monday and Wednesday. So today we're doing a little life update video. I wanted to talk about why we chose to leave our house, why we wanted to get an apartment, some other little things, a new challenge, or more so a program that I'm doing for myself right now that I think would be really amazing if some of you joined me. All of the things. And then also I want to show you my latest coffee obsession. It's like a vegan cold brew pumpkin spice, because I've been seeing everybody on Instagram talk about the pumpkin, like the Starbucks cold brew pumpkin cream situation, and I'm vegan, so obviously I can't have that, so I mastered my own at home to show you guys, which mine is over here actually, right behind me on the island. But let's just get right into it. I'm in my new apartment. It's so beautiful, so pretty. On Wednesday, we're gonna be doing a full like moving vlog. I started filming when we were packing and moving, and then I'm gonna give you guys a little tour of the place. And we did move from a house that had 7 bedrooms to a 3-bedroom apartment. And there are so many reasons why we chose to move. We are in a completely different neighborhood of LA, which I'm not gonna disclose for my own safety purposes, but we wanted to be closer to the city. So that was one reason we felt a little bit disconnected where we were at, and I really love being in LA for the city vibe of it. Obviously I come from Nebraska and I lived in the biggest cities there. They're still fairly small, and I didn't want to put myself further away from the city when I came here for the city. So that was one thing that we really wanted, and our house was super, how do I describe this? It was really, really beautiful. It was gorgeous. I have nothing wrong to say about the house. Like, it was everything I wanted when I was looking. I wanted a beautiful white kitchen. It was just bonus that everything was rose gold, so on brand for me. I wanted a beautiful, huge soaking tub. I wanted a pool and a hot tub. I wanted a nice backyard for Zara, who's laying over here, but you can't see. I wanted gray floors and white walls, all hardwood floors. Like, I had all of these little things. I'm super, super picky, and that's really important in the manifestation process too, because it's like the more specific you are, the easier it is for the universe to deliver it to you. And I really love pretty light fixtures, and there were different chandeliers in every single room. The house was just great. Our landlords had a TV in every single room and 2 in the living room, 1 for the kitchen side and 1 for the actual living room. And we actually had some furniture already in the house, like the dining room table, the couch, the furniture outside, they already left there for us in the house. So there was a lot of good things about it, but overall, I knew this even when we had toured, it just didn't feel super exciting for me. I felt like, oh, this is pretty and it checks off all the boxes, that's great, and it was like a really great price for how big of a house it was, but I never felt over the top excited about it. And that was something I really noticed searching for houses, because when I got the first house, and I talked about this in my vlog series, like, I was obsessed with it, in love with it. I remember coming to LA after leaving Bali and touring the house and just feeling like I was gonna cry just from looking at the outside. I was obsessed with it. We ended up losing that house, not getting it, because somebody got to the lease before we could. And I knew that that was kind of the feeling you want to get when you're moving into somewhere, or when you're manifesting anything. Like, if you're test driving a car, you want to feel that giddy, excited vibe, and I didn't feel that when we toured the house. But we had been so far along in the process, I was so fucking exhausted. I was like, we'll just take it, like, this works, you know, it's a nice house, it checks all my boxes, sure. So that was kind of my first mistake, and you know, we live and we learn. But the house had a very strange vibe to it, and I think that's why I didn't really feel excited about it. It just, as one of my followers said in my comments, or in my DMs recently that I had this weird dullness about it, and I totally agree. It had a very dull vibe to it. I just don't know how else to describe it other than that. My house was fully renovated. Me and my boyfriend were the first people to live in it after the renovations, but before it was actually a retirement home. And when I found that out, I was a little bit creeped out because I'm like, oh, people have probably died in here. That's like a little bit weird, especially for an empath, like to deal with that. But I just didn't think about it. I was like, oh, there's been full renovations, like no big deal. But I do think that there is some weird shit going on. It felt like Zara, our dog, was being a little bit haunted. She started to have some weird behaviors because in the 7 bedrooms, there was one bedroom that was pretty small, and so we made that our pet room actually. So Zara's kennel was in there, and all the bunny stuff was in there, even though the bunnies would hang out in the living room, like all of their food and things were in there. But Zara had a blanket. She would just go in there from time to time and just lay down all by herself. And that's very strange behavior for her because she's very clingy and she's always with us and always touching us and always wants to play. Like, she's just not the type to go off on her own. She's like sniffing my foot right now and walking around. So we thought that was super weird, and we would catch her in these moments where she would be staring at the wall, or there was one particular window she would always be staring outside and she would bark. And I mean, I feel like that's normal for dogs to just like stare at walls and bark at random things, but it was so unlike her that I was starting to get a little weirded out. My boyfriend actually pointed it out while we were moving out, and he's like, I think Zara was being spooked, and I was like, yeah, I think so. Just all around some really weird vibes. We also had some issues with our landlords, which I'm not going to get into just for the privacy of the situation, but it honestly tainted the experience. When you live somewhere, you want all aspects of it to be really exciting and light and fun and like really good feeling, and we just didn't feel that way with our experience with our landlords, which ended up tainting the experience of the house. And then overall, it just saves us a bunch more money to be living in an apartment right now. And I think while living in LA, I learned that for me, it might be just more worth it to buy a house than to pay like the excessive amount of rent you have to pay here. And I knew that moving to here, but I wanted to get a house anyways. And now that I look at it, I'd rather spend that amount of money I'm spending for my house in a house that I'm buying rather than renting, one that's like, you know, working for me essentially, rather than just paying somebody rent. So we decided to move into not a little, but it's pretty big, an apartment, and we're super close to the beach, which is super exciting. It's the only thing I'm gonna say about my neighborhood, like I said, for safety purposes, but I love this place, and we actually got a pretty short lease. We got a 9-month lease because I do honestly prefer living in a house. I love having my own space. I like having my own pool. You know, guys know I like to do live videos and stuff from the pool, which is a little bit weirder when you're in an apartment complex. Not that I really care, but you know, there's just other people and kids and noise. So it's just nice to be on your own. I also love having a yard for Zara, and I definitely plan on being in a house. For me, I really wanted to be in a house by January. I'm like, okay, we can do the apartment thing for like 6 months, save up a bunch of money, and then maybe buy a house or just move into another house when we feel ready. But honestly, I just don't really want to move to like buy a house, because that's just what feels like makes sense for my goals moving forward. And that's something I didn't think about too much moving here. Like, obviously moving here is always a long-term goal of mine, but my like big vision goals is owning homes everywhere. So what would make sense is moving here, searching out and like discovering all the neighborhoods, figuring out where I want to buy, saving up money, and then buying a house. So now I feel like I'm just in a more empowered place around what am I doing here and what am I doing moving forward, kind of what's the plan and what's the long-term vision. And for me, it's like, okay, we're gonna stack a bunch of cash and then we're just gonna buy a house. So all of that is happening, or it happened and happening, and so we moved, and it was a really hard decision. I'm not gonna lie. I was talking to my 2 best friends about this and my mom, and I was saying that I knew what I wanted to do. Like, I knew I wanted to move. Like I said, the experience we had with our landlords just really tainted our experience. We no longer wanted to be around them. There were some types of conversations where my boundaries were being overstepped. I felt like I wasn't being respected, and that's just something I'm not energetically available for. So I felt like that wasn't an environment I wanted to be in any longer. So it was a hard choice because I went through hell and back with the house process. If you guys had watched the YouTube videos or followed along on Instagram, it was a hell of a process, and I didn't want to give that up. But I also proved to myself that I could make it happen if I wanted to. I got the house, you know, and everything was fine. So it was a hard choice to like choose to move, but at the end of the day, this is what felt really right to me. And even when we toured this place, I was like ear to ear smiling underneath my mask, like so happy. And we toured 2 apartments in this complex, and we looked at this one that we're in first, and then we looked at another one. And when we were walking to the other one, I was like, nope, this ain't it. It's definitely the first one. And I felt so right about that. And when we moved in, we felt like this was home. That was something we never got out of our old house. We never felt like it was our home. And that's something that's super important. The place for, especially for me with all the spiritual practices I do and all the type of work that I do, is to ground down and have a place to unplug and just relax. And I never really felt that way in my old house. So when moving here, we felt like we finally had a home. We felt really good about it. My apartment complex is so fucking beautiful. It literally feels like a hotel. If you guys want to see little bits of it, you'll have to go to my Instagram, because I'll be posting like little stories about it. But there's like a meditation garden with swings and hammocks and a waterfall. There's a beautiful pool and hot tub. There is tons and tons of workspaces. We even have like an espresso machine to make coffee downstairs for free. Like, it is just perfect. It's everything that I would have wanted in an apartment complex. So super excited about that. And like I said, we're in a 9-month lease, but I would love to move into a house in January. So if we decide to move in January, we'll still keep the apartment, but I'll have this apartment as basically our office. So me and Connor will each have a room, and then I'll probably have a filming room. It looks like a studio in one of the bedrooms if we move and keep this place at the same time. So that's what's going on with all the house stuff. I'm just so excited. I'm just so happy here, and I feel like my energy is already getting way back to normal. When your house or your environment just has a weird vibe, sometimes that can sneak up on you. I really felt like I'm so good at, you know, curating my own vibes and being my own person and feeling my own type of way and not letting my environment get to me. But when you are surrounded by dreary all of the time, it does get to you. And I know you guys feel this way because sometimes you're surrounded by family members or people who feel that way. And I felt that way sometimes in like past living situations where I'm like, oh, this doesn't really align with me anymore, and it feels kind of weird. And the easiest thing that we can do is just remove ourselves from the situation if we can. And that's gonna look different for everybody. Like, not everybody can just pick up all their shit and move, but that means you can spend more time outside of the house, you can spend time elsewhere, go to more coffee shops, go on more walks. There's always things that we can do. And I felt like I was at the point where I'm like, I don't wanna feel this way anymore. How I was feeling in the house, I was stressed out, I felt low energy all the time, I was sleeping way too long. Our house had tons of lights, but not a lot of natural light, and my apartment has bright windows everywhere. Like right now I have 0 lights on, and it's so bright. And so we wake up a lot earlier, and it's just a vibe. And I'm so happy. I'm really, really happy with my decision. And yeah, also I love being closer to the beach because you get the beach, like the ocean breeze, and I feel like that is the epitome of like LA weather, is like feeling the ocean breeze. I don't know why I really associate that like vibe or that temperature, I guess, with LA, but I just so do. Let's take a drink of our coffee. So that's the sitch. That's why we moved. I'm really excited because now I just get to, obviously our rent here is literally half, like literally 50% off of what we were paying on our house. So now I'm just gonna get to stack cash for buying the house and for just buying more fun things. I'm super excited to buy decor. We've just been buying furniture. So I'm excited to get decor. I'm excited to take trips again, and yeah, I don't know. I'm ready for like LA to open so I can actually like go out and do things and get my nails done. I have like my Kiss nails on from Target, but I'm like ready to get my lashes done and all of that. So yeah, life just feels good. I feel so much more back to myself, which I'm really happy with. And then the other life update I wanted to give you guys is a challenge or slash program that I'm starting literally today on Monday. I'm so pumped about this. This is called 75 Hard by a guy named Andy. I don't remember his last name, but if you look up 75 Hard, you'll find it right away. So this is a program that Andy put together, and it's completely free. You just literally enter in your email and it emails you the program, and it's exactly what I'm telling you right now. For you to do, it's 5 tasks, I believe, every single day for 75 days. You cannot substitute, you cannot compromise, and you can't cheat. There's no cheat days at all, and if you cheat or you fuck up one day, you have to start the 75 days all over again. I'm really, really excited. And before I tell you what the actual challenges, or he calls it a program, and I call it a challenge. Program. Well, the actual program is, it's for mental toughness. So what is the program and why am I doing it? The program is for mental toughness. It's for building discipline. It's for building literally mental toughness. It's for building your self-worth and your confidence. And it's building your ability to follow through with the things you say you're going to do. And obviously that's something that I really, really love. It's one of my big focuses in 2020 is being the type of woman who follows through the things she says she's going to do. And mental toughness is always my vibe. You guys know I take freezing cold showers for mental toughness, and this is just gonna take it to the next level. So I wanna say that's what it's for. It's a mental program. There's a lot of physical aspects to it, but it is a mental program. And why I'm doing it is just because the cold shower thing, I was doing for so long, I still do, but it's super easy for me. I don't even think about it anymore. And like, yeah, you still hop in, you're like, oh, it's freezing cold, but I wanted something to challenge me even further. So I came across this after one of my clients recommended his podcast. And I found this challenge and I was like, this is it, this is perfect. So what the actual challenge is for 75 days, you follow a diet of your choice, any diet ever, any diet you want to do, and you cannot have a single cheat day. And he says in the description, like, this needs to be a diet that furthers your fitness and health goals. For me, I am doing Kenzie Burke's food combining for the next 75 days. So you can follow her on Instagram. It's just at Kenzie Burke, I think, or Kenzie Burke Health, something like that. And she talks about combining food to benefit your digestion. And what this is really, you do like fruit, or you do lemon water in the morning and fruit first, basically fruit until noon. For lunch, you can have a salad or like avocado toast. There's certain things that can and cannot be combined. And then for dinner, it's a lot of normal dinners you eat. You just have to be super conscious of how they combine, because starches and proteins don't go together. Vegetables go with anything. Anyways, there's all these little rules, and then at night you have a digestion tea. And it's really focused on eating organic, like natural foods that work well with your body. So that's what I'm following for the 75 days. So that's one. Diet, absolutely no cheat days. Not a single cheat day for 75 days, which is gonna be crazy. And then the second piece of it is you have to do 2 workouts every single day for 45 minutes each. And the kicker is one of them has to be done outdoors. So 2 45-minute workouts, yes, that is a total of 90 minutes of training every single day, one of them outdoors. What I'm doing for this is I'm following some of Chloe Ting's YouTube programs. Chloe Ting is a great fitness YouTuber. She has so many free challenges and free programs, and I'm following her 4-week summer body shred right now for this. And so I do one of those workouts, and hers average about 37, I would say 35 or 37 minutes long, and then you can do a warm up and a cool down, and that equals the first 45 minutes for me. So I do one of her workouts for that, and for the outdoor workout, I have been doing walks outside. And why I say I have been doing, even though I'm starting today, is because I started this and the next aspect I'm going to tell you about on Saturday, just to prep my body for the physical parts of this. So anyway, so for the indoor workout, the first 45 minutes doing Chloe Ting. Outside, I'm gonna be taking a lot of walks. We're gonna go to the beach today. I also have a great balcony in my apartment, which you guys will see in Wednesday's video. So I can do yoga out there, I can do another workout, and it still counts for the outdoor one. But an hour and a half of working out every single day is part 2. Part 3 is you have to drink a gallon of water every single day. Now this is one that I would say will struggle with the most, but it's actually not that bad. It's the one I have to be the most intentional about, because I really don't drink that much water. It's really bad. So this will be super good for me. I drink a lot of coffee and just random shit throughout the day. I do drink a lot of orange water, and that's what I have in my fridge right now, but I have to drink a gallon of water every day. To make this easier, I have a smart water bottle that I fill up every single day, and I just have to have 4 of those. So gallon of water every freaking day. So I started the gallon of water and the workouts on Saturday. Those are the 2 things that I've been doing so far. So we have our diet with no cheat days, we have our 2 workouts, 45 minutes each, 1 outside, and then we have a gallon of water. And then the next thing that you have to do every single day is read 10 pages of a book. So the book I'm starting to read, it's called Creating Money. I don't remember the author's name. I showed it on my Instagram story today, but I'm gonna be starting that one, reading 10 pages every day. And with the books, it has to be like a self-development or entrepreneurship, a mindset type of book every single day. So 10 pages of that. And then I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh yes, you cannot drink alcohol for 75 days. And we moved into this place and Caleb is here and I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna pop champagne and like celebrate before I start my challenge. And so last night we had planned on having Prosecco, but we were super tired and really full and we couldn't drink it. So now I just have a bottle of my favorite Prosecco sitting in my fridge that's now gonna be waiting for me until November. So that's gonna be probably my biggest temptation because it's just in the fridge. We also have a couple bottles of wine that I will not be able to touch for 75 days. No alcohol at all. And then the very, very last thing on the list is you have to take a progress picture every single day. Luckily, I have a beautiful giant mirror next to me in my kitchen, which you guys have seen many photos and on vlogs many, many times. We have to take a picture every single day for 75 days. And that's gonna be super fun because with how healthy I'll be eating and with the amount of exercise, I'm gonna be fucking ripped at the end of this. And I can't wait to see the progress in the photos. It's gonna be so interesting and amazing to see. Oh, there are some sirens. Coffee break. So I think that's all the aspects of it. I want to check and make sure that I got all of them. Yeah, I got all of them. Follow a diet, 2 45-minute workouts, 1 outdoors, absolutely no alcohol or cheat meals, take a progress picture every day, gallon of water, and 10 pages of a book. And audiobooks do not count. You have to sit down and physically read a book, which is fine because I prefer to sit down and read physical books. So I'm super excited about this. It's a great way to just really immerse yourself in a healthy diet and workout routine, as well as up your water intake. And since I've been doing the gallon of water for 2 days now, this is day 3 of me doing it, I've already noticed myself having so much energy. I woke up this morning just hyper. And I was like, what the hell? And I think it's a mixture of just being really happy in my environment. I also got amazing sleep last night and drinking a ton of water, but just really amps up my energy. It feels really good to crush 2 workouts a day. I'm excited to develop my reading habit again. I kind of fell off reading for a while. So overall, this is just gonna be so good for me. But the thing is, this is gonna be fucking hard. It sounds so simple, and he recorded a whole podcast talking about it and each element of it and how people think it's easy, but it's actually really hard. Because there's gonna be days when I'm gonna be so sore, I'm not gonna wanna work out and I'm gonna have to work out anyways. There's gonna be days where I'm just craving, like, I don't know, fast food, and I can't go get fast food. There's gonna be days where I just wanna celebrate and have a glass of champagne and I can't do that. There's certain things that you're not able to do, so it really challenges you to stick with it. 75 days, and especially like 90 minutes of working out every day, that is absolutely crazy with no rest days. Craziness. So I'm really, really excited to see how this pushes me and changes me and kind of changes my life. And I'm the type of person that when I commit to something, I really want to follow through with it, and I always follow through with it. So I guess we'll see what happens in the end of those 75 days. I'll show you guys, I'll probably do a vlog of like what it looks like in my 75-day challenge, like maybe a week or different workouts that I do or something. But I mean, I always vlog, so you guys will see it anyways. So those are all the things that I'm doing. So many changes, I feel like, just 2 major things, but all of these little changes, like being in a completely different neighborhood, figuring out the neighborhood, figuring out our local coffee shops and different routines and stuff. So it's been really, really great. I'm so happy. So those are all my life updates. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. That's really it. I'm excited to show you guys the moving vlog, like undoing every single thing in the house, literally packing up a whole house and only having me and Connor to move all of it was absolutely brutal. Because Caleb flew in on Friday. We actually moved on Friday, but he landed after we finished moving, so he had a night flight. So he lucked out there, but we had to move all this stuff and it was crazy. So since we had a dining room table and a couch in our old place, we don't have that now. So we have a lot of stuff we need to buy, which I'm really excited about, things that we get to keep, obviously, for as long. I literally started editing my video right there and my camera cut off the outro. So just here to say that, continue the sentence I was saying in this video, is that I'm super excited we get to buy like a couch and table and a bunch of things that we get to keep, as well as bar chairs that we need to get, and we're gonna get cute patio furniture. I'm super excited, and that'll be stuff that we get to take with us from house to house forever until we get rid of it. So anyways, just excited, happy, in a good place. Life's good, okay? So anyways, I will see you on Wednesday with the moving vlog. Don't forget to like and subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and see you later.